Good morning, children. This is Asha Singh from St. Mary's Convent School, Bareilly. Today I am going to teach you chapter 1 in history, and that is the period of transition. Historians have divided history into three periods. First is ancient period, second is medieval period, and the third is modern period. Ancient period you have studied in class 6, and medieval period you have studied in class 7th. And in class, you are going to study modern period. And we have got plenty of sources for this modern period. And sources means the things and the objects which gives us information about the past. These sources can be divided into two groups. First is primary group and the second is secondary group. In the primary group, first we shall have primary sources. In this, first one is original documents. This contains letters and government reports. Second is literary work such as books, speeches, newspapers, autobiographies, audio visuals and photographs. The third is artistic evidence. These contain paintings, drawings and sculptures. Fourth, last but not the least, these contain monuments and artifacts. Artifact means something or an object of historical importance. These are tools, weapons and jewelry. Secondary sources is historians, they study the primary objects and what opinion they form on these objects is called secondary sources. These are reviews, reports and books written by historians. An important event that took place during this period was Renaissance. The word Renaissance is a French word and it literally means rebirth. A cultural movement started in Italy during this period in the 14th century AD, and this was called Renaissance. This Renaissance movement aimed at reviving classical literature and art of the ancient Greece and Rome. The Renaissance thinkers, they asked people not to follow the king and the church blindly. They should judge and accept things in the light of reason. And also tremendous changes were brought. Earlier literature was written on the kings and the queens. But this time humans became the center of study. Even in painting and sculpture, human or common man was given more importance. Some of the prominent thinkers of this period are Michelangelo, William Shakespeare, Leonardo da Vinci, and Isaac Newton, Copernicus and Galileo. Another important period that took place in this period was Reformation movement. Some of the people during this period, they opposed the malpractices that had crept into the church. And these people believed that the church had become too powerful, rich and corrupt. So those who opposed the bad practices that had crept into the church came to be known as Protestants. And protest against the corrupt practices of the church was led by Martin Luther in Germany, John Calvin in Switzerland, and Henry VIII in England. In response to this movement, a Reformation movement started within the Roman Catholic Church to restore the old glory and reputation of the church. And this came to be known as Catholic Reformation. Now, my dear children, this is all for today's class. And now I'm going to give you home assignment. It's mandatory for all the children to copy out all the notes that are written on the board. On the homework, these are all meant for UTs. When the things get normal, school reopens, this will be considered as a chapter 1. Now please note down your home assignments. 1. Answer the following questions in short. Number A. Into how many periods is the Indian history divided? Name these periods. Second, when did the modern period start in India? Third, what do you understand by the term Renaissance? Fourth, name any two thinkers of Renaissance period. Question number 2 is your structured question. First, with reference to the modern period, discuss the following: primary sources, Renaissance, and Reformation. All for today's class. Take care, remain at home, and be healthy till we meet. Thank you.